Good morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back to the channel. So this AWS reInvent, there has been some outstanding announcements made. As a big data engineer, of course, one of the announcements that I personally liked a lot, which was Iceberg V3 spec. So all major compute engine now supports the Iceberg V3 spec. This is amazing because it comes with deletion vector, right? Number one. What I want to show you in this particular video is a hands-on lab on how you can read and write into variant data types into Amazon S3 table buckets, a fully managed Iceberg solution by AWS. So through local notebook, of course, we'll create a sample Iceberg table on S3 table buckets. We'll write variant data type and then we'll read variant data type. Also, just an FI, in US, I believe West 2, it's still in preview. EMR serverless now supports 8.0, which is Spark 4.0, which means you can use EMR serverless with Amazon S3 table buckets to read and write variant data at scale. So enough of that, let's get straight into action. All right, so I'm on my AWS management console. I'm on the US West 2. I have an Amazon S3 table buckets called Sawmill demo. And if I click here, you will see a table called user, right? So now we're gonna learn how you can read and write, straight variant data into Amazon S3 table buckets, using the Iceberg V3 spec. For people who don't know, this is really outstanding because it allows customers to write semi-structured data at scale now, without specifying the schema. So you don't need to store like JSON string. This is much more efficient way. Okay. So first of all, if you want to do this lab, again, the notebooks are there, the blogs are there. So pip install PySpark 4.0.0, make sure you have installed PySpark. And these are the packages that I would need. First of all, I'm going to set my Java home. I'm using JDK 17 over here, as you can see, okay. After that, these are some of the packages that you would need. I just want to make sure I covered that. You need the AWS Java SDK bundle package. I'm using this particular version because it works fine. You need the AWS Hadoop package, that's over here. After that, software.amazon.aws.sdk.bundle, and this is the version that I'm using. Then I'm using some other packages as well. So for example, I'm using the Iceberg Spark runtime, and here observe Spark 4.0 and the Iceberg 1.10.0. Then I use the Amazon S3 table catalog plugin over here, as you can see, version 0.1.8. So let's see how to make this work, right? So let me restart my Jupyter kernel. I would just say restart and clear kernel. Okay. So once you're done with that, then you need to configure your the Spark session, right? So here you can see I'm working in the US West 2. So that's why that's that. Here is my table bucket on, or the warehouse on, however you like to call. So first, I'm gonna just create this Spark session over here on my machine locally, and then I'll print the Spark session. Once the session is ready, we'll see how we can get started. So here you can see, I can see that it's Spark 4.0 over here. Now I'm gonna create a table called, let's say, user1. This table does not exist. And the most important, properties variant, which allows me to write any semi-structured data into the Amazon S3 table buckets. And the most important, the format version is V3. So let's execute this particular cell. Here you can see this particular code block has now been executed. If I were to go to my Amazon S3 table buckets and refresh, I can see a user1 and a test part over here. So that's my V3 table, right? Okay, cool. Now let's insert some data. So in Spark 4, you have a function called parse JSON. So in simple word, what it does, if you have any stringified JSON, it would basically convert that into a variant type. And again, I've also done my personal benchmarking. It's there on Medium. So if you compare like the storage, right? If you store string JSON versus variant, it is much more efficient and also faster to query. Again, I'll leave the blog in case if you're interested about that. But let's come to the video over here, right? So this particular function, this will store this semi-structured stringified JSON into a variant type, and this gonna insert into my Amazon S3 table bucket. So let's execute this particular cell. The block is now being executed over here, as you can see. And now you can read data very easily, right? So for reading variant data, you have a function called variant get. And then here you provide the field. So in my schema, I have a property. I know that it's a variant, right? And then I'm specifying the path that I'm interested to query. I'm saying, hey, in this JSON, look for a top level field called name. It should be a type of string, and I want to read as an alias username, right? So I execute this particular cell, and I should be able to read the particular data. As you can see, I was able to read that particular data as well. That's about it, right? So Iceberg V3 allows you to read and write variant data into your Amazon S3 table buckets at scale. Not only that, EMR, again, as I said, EMR 8.0, I think it's in preview, which uses Spark 4.0. So now you can, customers can, of course, read and write data, semi-structured data straight into Amazon S3 table bucket. Again, this is some tests that I've done personally, which I wanted to share. Of course, do your own benchmarking, do your own testing. With that being said, keep smiling, keep programming, and I will see you in the upcoming next video.